From the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania, WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Thursday, December 15th, 2016. I'm Ann Gownley. The State Superior Court on Wednesday upheld the murder conviction of Holly Ann Crawford. Last year, she was convicted of first-degree murder in Luzerne County Court for the deaths of 73-year-old Ronald Barney Evans and his son, 43-year-old Jeffrey Evans. They'd been shot to death in their home near Sunset in Hunlock Township in April of 2014. Prosecutors say Crawford had sex with Ronald Evans for cash and gifts and convinced her boyfriend, James Roach, who was 34 years old, into murdering them both. He is also serving life but has an appeal pending. A 3-judge panel of the Superior Court upheld Crawford's conviction. The prosecution has released text messages in the Melissa Ann Skoll case, which it says proves she intended suicide. Skoll is the woman accused of trying to kill herself and her 2 young children by running a garden hose from the tailpipe of her car into the passenger compartment about a year ago. Her attorney, Larry Kansky, has argued that she did not intend to kill her children, only herself, and he pointed out that this is not a crime. The texts in question are from the day of the incident in December 9th of last year. They're between Skoll and her mother. "Bye, Mom, love ya," Skoll wrote to her mother in the first one. In the second, her mother answered, "Why are you saying bye? Are you moving now? Please call." Skoll answered, "Going to kill myself." Prosecutors say that's definitive proof of suicidal attempt. Skoll has been in jail for a year. Kansky has filed 2 motions to dismiss the charges. Judge David Lupus is set to rule on those motions at some point. A 78-year-old Hazleton man is accused of sex with a minor girl numerous times over 8 years. Arthur Nittman is charged with involuntary deviant sexual intercourse, corruption of minors, and 3 counts of sexual assault, which are all felonies. Hazleton police filed the charges through several encounters also happened in Beaver Meadows and McAdoo. District Judge Joseph Zola arraigned Nittman, setting bail at $50,000. When he couldn't post it, he was taken to the Luzerne County Prison. Arrest papers don't say how old the girl was when the incidents began or how old she is now. State Representative Jerry Knowles will introduce a bill to cut off funding for sanctuary college campuses when the new session starts in January. Knowles, a Republican from Tamaqua, already has 26 co-sponsors, including several Democrats. In the memo circulated to fellow lawmakers looking for support, he wrote, "Turning a blind eye to illegal conduct for the sake of making some kind of political statement on this nation's immigration policy endangers those lives of those that the institution should be protecting. A sanctuary campus is one which refuses to cooperate with immigration authorities. Some are more vehement than others. For example, Swarthmore College and the University of Pennsylvania say they will not allow federal immigration authorities on campus unless they have warrants and will not share information about undocumented students without a legal order. Penn State and Temple have made no such declarations. Neither has the state system of higher education, the 14 state-owned and operated schools. Knowles' bill would put funding in jeopardy for universities that refuse to allow federal authorities on campus without a warrant, direct campus law enforcement not to communicate or cooperate with those authorities about undocumented individuals, or refuse to share information about undocumented students without a legal order. The Hazleton Integration Project has continuously grown since its inception in 2010, and that growth continued today with the project's brainchild and Chicago Cubs manager Joe Maddon back in his hometown. This morning, Maddon joined local developer Bill Rinaldi along with other community leaders in the groundbreaking for a new baseball-themed playground at the Hazleton One Community Center. Rinaldi, the founder of the Hazleton Creek Properties, donated $250,000 for the project that is expected to be completed in early spring of 2017.
He never forgot where he came from, and that was sort of what a lot of the people from Hazleton grew up on. And hopefully with these children today will remember where they got their start.
It's so easy to cry or complain about things. Anybody can do that, but the more difficult thing to do is actually put some positive action in place and let's change this thing around. If you don't like it, then do something to make it better.
Stay tuned. We'll have more on Joe Maddon and all this weekend's events here in Hazleton. Well, it's time now for a first look at our forecast. It looks like snow is in our forecast for the weekend, but how much can our viewing area expect? Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is in the Weather Center with the details. Joe?
Yeah, we do have some snow to talk about as we go into the weekend, but in the meantime, well, we've had to deal with some snow showers and some snow squalls across our area. Now we have to deal with the bitterly cold wind chill temperatures across our area, making it feel much colder than what the actual air temperature indicates. In fact, it's feeling like it's well below zero. So what can we expect as we go into the weekend? Will it get a little bit warmer? I'll let you know. 7-day forecast in just a few.
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next this afternoon, I had the chance to catch up with manager of the World Series champions, Chicago Cubs, and Hazleton native Joe Maddon. We talked about all the events this weekend and the Hazleton One Community Center and all it has to offer the Hazleton area. Plus, a young girl is treating a birthday party for a fundraiser to save an old school in Weatherly. Our Abby Piskel will have that story. More news, weather, and sports is coming your way here on WYLN. Stay tuned.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, video journalists Mike Lula and Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Gary Perna, Abby Piskel, and Aaron Harvey. Sports with Eric DeBerardinis and John Eric Poli, and weather with Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik.
Why do so many Subaru buyers love Fairway Subaru?
By far, Fairway Subaru gave me the best price and the best trade-in.
I've been very pleased with their service.
We actually found what we were looking for right off the lot.
Made sure that the vehicle I was looking for fit my needs. I really feel like a part of their extended family.
Fairway Subaru on Route 309, Hazel Township, or visit us online during the Subaru Share the Love event.
For the holidays, take your family to Bonanza Steakhouse for these specials. Tuesdays, half-pound USDA choice sizzling sirloin, only $8.99. And Thursday special, 5 boneless country ribs or a half rack of baby back ribs, only $8.99. Both specials come with your choice of one side, and if you want to add the buffet, just $4.50. Can't forget Seniors Wednesdays, $1 off any platter. All this and more at Bonanza Steakhouse.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones. Welcome back here to WYLN News. I am Ann Gownley, and I am pleased to be joined by World Series champion manager of the Chicago Cubs, Joe Maddon, back home here in Hazleton with some great exciting events this weekend. You know, Joe, it's been such a whirlwind since we started the Hazleton One Community Center, and it has grown and blossomed over the years. Looking back on it now, the excitement to be home around the holidays.
Oh, it's always wonderful. I mean, I've always loved to come home on the holidays. Actually, my son Joey checked in last night. I sent him a picture of Beanie in her living room, and he writes back, jealous. It's the only place to be. Obviously, unfortunately, a lot of our family members are no longer with us, but we celebrated Christmases here, holiday seasons here in the past. Nothing better when the gang would come back, not only your family, but your friends. It was always magnificent. So I'm always excited. My wife Jay has really become a member of the Hazleton community herself. She loves it too. There's something different about it. It's magical. It is. It's and I know I have all these romantic memories of the past, but it's our attempt. It's my attempt now to hopefully recreate some of that and bring part of the magic from the past to the present tense, because that's what Hazleton always represented to me.
And Hazleton's always in your heart, no matter where you're at, no matter what team you're with, and you always want to come home and continue the traditions that is Thanksmas, that is getting the community together, right. Even here at the Hazleton One Community Center. You know, to see where it is now, I ask you this every year, but to see where it is now and how much it's grown, did you imagine this?
Leaps and bounds. I did, honestly, I did. I do dream big normally, as you know, and so when we started it in 2010, I think it was, definitely envisioned a very successful program. The building itself didn't know where it was going to be. MPB, having the most pressure split building, when that came available, it was just perfect for us. So now it's just right down the street from where I grew up. I did envision this. I envisioned it being on a grand scale and a model. Hopefully we want it to become a model for not only northeastern Pennsylvania, but for other parts of the country. And then, of course, this year, the election, all that's going on in our country nothing could be more pertinent than this organization right now. So we're going to keep growing. It's going to keep getting bigger and better. Eventually, all the folks that were against us are going to be on board, I believe. And we welcome everybody, man. If you didn't see the vision in the beginning, that's fine. Come and check us out now. Check out our kids and the projects that we have going on daily, just the building itself. And we just, Billy Rinaldi just gave us a bunch of money to start set up the playground and outside. There's so many positive things going on here right now. And yes, I did envision it, and yes, it's going to continue to get better.
Let's talk about this weekend. Thanksmas, you have the celebrity auction coming up. Can we maybe get some word out about what's happening and how people can get involved?
Yeah, well, Friday night we're sold out at the Valley Country Club. We went to a different venue this year. Gosh, we've been collecting memorabilia all season long. Gary Stark, one of our clubbies, has been grabbing it from our players, the opposition players, when they come through Wrigley, baseballs, bats, jerseys, helmets, all kinds of things. And it's really good stuff. It's pretty high-end stuff, and it's going to be available. I think there's a silent auction, and as well as you could just purchase different forms of memorabilia that'll be a part of the situation on Friday night. We're also going to have some faux gambling going on there. I know that several people that I grew up with around here just kind of did dig gambling a bit. I know Frankie sitting over there, DeAndrea, former police chief here in town. He might not like my comments there, but back in the day, Hazleton was rather fun with all that stuff. It's faux, it's not real. So we got that going on too. There's Danny Salazar from the Cleveland Indians is going to be there. And we have one could be an extremely special guest. I don't know if the weather's going to permit it or not, having him come into town. If he's able to make it, I promise you folks, you won't be disappointed. But that's going to be Friday night. Saturday, we're going to have like a little event here celebrating the Cubs winning the World Series, and then Sunday the Thanksmas downstairs in our kitchen. The Saturday event's at 6 to 8. I think that's pretty much open to the public.
I'm just going to say the entire public is welcome to come out and celebrate.
Part of that is we want people to walk through the building, and we're going to have our kids going to be kind of like the tour guides. So if you need explanation of whatever's going on in the building on this floor, the first floor, the second, the kids will provide the explanation for you. Then on the last day, Sunday, will be the Thanksmas, where we cook the spaghetti meatball, sausage, and we also have included some really good Dominican dishes with some chicken and some pork, puerco, and we have that available on Sunday, right around noon, I think that'll begin downstairs. So it's a 3-day event, something we want to perpetuate for many more years to come, continue to grow all that too. But it is very important that we do that. Part of the inspiration there was just Christmas, and when coming back, I was really disappointed that our folks didn't have a whole lot to do around town anymore. I mean, it's kind of a dearth with the nightlife, and there's just, I mean, I used to come back and there'd be so many different clubs to show up at, see your buddies, see your friends. Hopefully this is the beginning of really, when the economy comes back, the economy gets better, you start, small businesses begin to develop, all these little different offshoots occur, more people have disposable income to spend, and all these places thrive. So believe me, I know that's a little complicated, but when we started this, in my mind's eye, I was hoping that all of this would occur.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Always a pleasure to see you, honey. You look great.
Thank you. No problem. And the list of events that are happening this weekend are up on your screen now, so you definitely will not want to miss it. Again, Saturday is completely open to the public if you want to come down and celebrate World Series champions, the Chicago Cubs. Thank you, and we'll be right back.
You got it.
The L.C. Wiltsey Performing Arts Center in Hazleton proudly presents 1224, Wednesday, December 28th at 7 p.m. This Christmas concert combines holiday music with a theatrical rock edge and a musical storyline to create a holiday show suitable for fans of all ages. 1224, featuring the music of the Trans-Siberian Orchestra as well as their own holiday creations. It's the magic of Christmas brought to life at every show.
Hold on a second.
Baby's coming.
Now?
Yes, now.
Call you back. Did she go to the hospital?
Yeah, just a few minutes ago.
Your wife's having the baby.
What?
The baby. Go. I got this.
You're sure?
It's what I did when I started this place.
We know what went into building your wealth. Our financial advisors put the same care into helping you craft a plan to manage it. Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far.
Why do so many Subaru buyers love Fairway Subaru?
By far, Fairway Subaru gave me the best price and the best trade-in.
I've been very pleased with their service.
We actually found what we were looking for right off the lot.
Made sure that the vehicle I was looking for fit my needs. I really feel like a part of their extended family.
Fairway Subaru on Route 309, Hazel Township, or visit us online during the Subaru Share the Love event.
Tell you what, it is just downright cold across our area with those wind chills, minus 15, minus 20, minus 30 degrees below zero. We have those winds kicking up this evening. They're going to be kicking up as we head through tonight, but at least by tomorrow those winds will start to die down. That, of course, is the good news, but with these very cold temperatures and what it's feeling like outdoors, don't be surprised if there's not going to be a lot of school delays tomorrow morning. I think that's a good possibility because you don't have to be outside very long to really notice the very cold temperatures and the biting winds that we are continuously contending with as we head through this evening and as we head through the overnight hours. Here's a look at the numbers for you, and 10. Yeah, that's about all we can do. Don't let that wind chill fool you at -1. It's not holding at -1 at all times. There's been times it's been down to -10, -15 degrees below zero. And if you think that's cold, it's even colder as you go out in western PA. At times those wind chills are as much as -20, -30 degrees below zero. How did we do temperature-wise for the day? It was a balmy 21 degrees. Yeah, look at when that happened, right at the midnight hour. Since then, it's been all downhill. And when you get that wind gust coming in at 34 miles per hour, just how cold it is when you walk outside. Throughout the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, it continues to be very cold throughout the state of Pennsylvania. Temperatures generally in the teens for the most part. Southeastern PA, Allentown and Philly, where it's normally warmer, you got those temperatures now at this point in time remaining in the lower 20s, but these numbers are going to continue to drop as we head through the overnight hours. And when you combine temperatures with winds, take a look at what it's feeling like in many locations. Like I said, if you thought it was feeling cold across the Northeast, look out in western PA. Some places it's feeling like it's -15, -20 or so below zero. Good thing is those winds will die down as we go into tomorrow. Here's a look at the Fairway 7-day forecast. Fairway Subaru is proud to support Make-A-Wish Foundation of Greater Pennsylvania with a $250 Subaru donation in connection with the Share the Love event, helping to share even more love right here in our community through January the 3rd. So 18 degrees we got for tomorrow, not as windy, 15 for tomorrow night. Now tomorrow night, well, I think we'll start to see some snow breaking out, and then wintry mix for Saturday, and then some rain showers around for Sunday. We'll be back with more after the break.
Personal cancer care is close to home. The Cancer Treatment Center at Hazleton has been providing radiation therapies to cancer patients for 30 years. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with cancer and need radiation therapy and would like to learn more about our treatments, let our compassionate, experienced team of experts help you. No reason to travel out of town for same services that are only minutes away from your home. The Cancer Treatment Center at Hazleton, 1701 East Broad Street in Hazleton. Close to home.
John's Family Restaurant in the Churchill Mall. Enjoy a full menu with all homemade food. From breakfast, soups, sandwiches, entrees, and desserts. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner specials. The food is great, the price is right. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Sunday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.
The holiday season is in full swing at Stewart's Flower Shop and Greenhouse. Stop in for beautiful, unique, colored poinsettias from single bloom to 5 branches. Stewart's Flower Shop and Greenhouse, where creativity and personal attention make a beautiful arrangement.
The Victoria story's a glorious story, the sweetest that's ever been told. They found they were handy at making fine candy for family and friends to behold. Word spread through the land that Victoria's candies would one day be leading the rest. Now that day is here, for the facts are quite clear that Victoria's candies are best.
Most young children focus on their coloring, playing with toys, and having fun. But one little girl is setting her sights on something bigger, something that shows that one child can make a big difference. WYLN's Abby Piskel has the details.
Instead of blowing out candles on a birthday cake, playing pin the tail on the donkey, or opening presents with all of her friends, soon-to-be 9-year-old Adia Russell will be holding a fundraising party to help raise money to buy the Charles M. Schwab School in Weatherly. Initially, the plan was to have a birthday party for Adia at a restaurant movie theater here in Hazleton, but Adia had other plans in mind. Her mother has been on the board of the Charles M. Schwab School Restoration Project, and Adia would ask her mother how things were going with the school. Her mother suggested that they hold a party to help raise money, and Adia enthusiastically agreed.
It means so much to me. I really love that school, just like my grandma before me. It's been my favorite school. I haven't gone to it, but I believe that it'll be all good. If we raise enough money, we're gonna redo some windows and maybe decorate it for holidays.
The fundraiser will be held this Monday, December 19th at 6 p.m. at the L&L Firehouse located at 390 South Lehigh Gorge Drive in Weatherly. There will be a basket raffle, food trucks, and vendors including LuLaRoe, Touchstone Crystal by Swarovski, Posh, and more. Adia will be celebrating her birthday with a special birthday cake.
I'm gonna have a cake at my birthday party, but I'm gonna have everything else later.
For more information, you can visit charlesmschwabrestorationproject.org. For WYLN News, I'm Abby Piskel.
Thank you, Abby. Coming up next, Eric DeBaradinas is in with sports here on WYLN. Plus, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is back with a final look at our snowy forecast. Stay tuned.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from Elite Dance Company.
Ralph M. Cameron, specializing in quality and affordable construction services for residential, commercial, and industrial, licensed and insured. Call 570-401-0654 today for all your construction needs.
When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
Welcome to WYLN Sports. I am Eric DeBaradinas. I am joined by 2016 World Series champion, Chicago Cubs manager, Hazleton native, Joe Maddon. Congratulations on not sucking.
Thank you. We did not suck this year. That was the eventual. I didn't even design that. After we did try not to suck all year, after we had won, the next day they put out "We did not suck," and if I told you how many sold within 48 hours, it's staggering. We made so much money on those T-shirts this year, and it all goes to the Respect 90 Foundation. It's pretty incredible.
Absolutely. So 43 days since Game 7 of the World Series.
Wow. 43.
43. Wow. But kind of a lifetime achievement. What's the overwhelming emotion when you kind of think of the magnitude from East 11th Street to a parade in front of a couple million fans?
Yeah, I don't think I've really absorbed it all yet. I haven't. What I've been saying to a lot of folks, and I think this may be true, I want to go to the cemetery and see my pop while I'm in town. And I think maybe at that point I might be able to figure it all out. When you're in the moment like that, and I'm pretty good at staying in the moment, you don't have time to process it all. And I know it's 40-some days since, but I don't just dwell on that. I've actually spent more time thinking about next year than I have thinking about last year. I will concede this, though. The 108 years is pretty significant. I've thought about that. when you run into people that are lifelong fans and have had relatives that have passed, I think about that. I think about the international component of our organization and the kind of impact we had for Major League Baseball. That's the part that's really intriguing to me, because we're at a point now where you're looking to create more fans, create more interest in the game. And I've said it all year, I think our group combination of skill and the authenticity of our group should attract the average or even the non-average fan, people that are trying to jump on board. So those are the kind of things that wrap my mind around a little bit, but the entire magnitude, I've not even gotten near that yet. The parade was staggering.
You mentioned your dad. The rain delay allowed you to go get his Angels cap from the clubhouse. Your mom had a little bit of trouble getting to Game 3, but she made it. What did it mean to have her there, the hat, a piece of Hazleton and a piece of home during the World Series? Yeah,
it was just appropriate for Beanie to ride in the back of a cop car. You know, I didn't realize, well, I did realize as the day was in progress, she was supposed to fly in from Philadelphia earlier. And that was the day that there was a problem at O'Hare with the plane on fire. So they kept pushing her flight back. She was there and didn't leave till like 6 o'clock. And I got word, and so we were trying to get a police escort to get her from O'Hare to the ballpark. That turned out to her being in the back seat of a police car with my nephew and niece, Michael and Christine. So that was a great story. She got there by the second inning, believe it or not. And yeah, having Beanie there, I know how important it is to her and to us as a family. We didn't win the game, I don't think, but nevertheless, she was there. And just to be at Wrigley Field is phenomenal. To be there for a World Series game is even beyond that, obviously. So it was great to have Beanie there. My dad's hat, when that rain delay occurred, able to go upstairs, and I was just checking on the weather, and my bag was right there, so I grabbed the hat and stuffed it in the back, underneath my hoodie and the back of my belt, my pants. And believe me, I was touching it during that next inning. I was just kept tapping, let's go, buddy, let's go. And then eventually Schwarber knock, Almora tags up, Zobrist hit, eventually Miggy in the hole, and then we fought through the ninth, the last inning there. So yeah, it's wonderful that they were there. My dad saw 2 World Series now. He passed away in 2002 with the Angels won with his hat in the dugout, and then the Cubs won in 2016 with his hat in the dugout.
Steinbrenner Auto Sales and Service, 697 South Mountain Boulevard in Mountain Top. With over 35 years of experience, make them your only call when shopping for tires or service work. They will match or beat any competitor's pricing. 100% customer satisfaction.
The Victoria story's a glorious story, the sweetest that's ever been told. They found they were handy at making fine candy for family and friends to behold. Word spread through the land that Victoria's candies would one day be leading the rest. Now that day is here, for the facts are quite clear that Victoria's candies are best.
Shop and save at Crotic Jewelers this holiday, offering Pulsar, Seiko, and Jules Jurgensen watches at 40% off, diamond and gemstone rings 30% off, and a wide variety of in-store discounts. Located at the 22nd Street Plaza in Hazleton. Call 570-459-1810.
We got the extreme cold conditions to deal with through the nighttime hours, heading into tomorrow morning, and at least the wind subside across our area. That, of course, is good news. You know, good possibility some school delays for tomorrow morning. Kids going out early tomorrow morning, bundle up. This is going to be downright cold out there. And then heading into tomorrow night and the first part of Saturday, early Saturday morning, I think we'll see a little bit of some snow breaking out, and then temperatures get above freezing, and then we'll be looking at some rain maybe as we go into Saturday night, going into Sunday. Look, Sunday, 42 degrees. Yeah, that's it though, because then after that we're back into the 20s as we start going into our Monday, Tuesday, 30s for Wednesday and Thursday. So at least going into next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, traveling so far, so good.
Of course, the one day we get the 42-degree temperature, it's raining, but that's okay. It's still above freezing for some other days. And
yeah, you know, unfortunately with that rain that's going to come through, some of it could be heavy, so maybe chances of a white Christmas becoming less and less. We'll see.
All right, we'll see what happens. I guess it only day by day, because the weather changes day by day.
Unless we get a big storm into next week.
That's terrible to say that. Have a good night, everyone. Jinxing us.